2006, I was where all you were, playing for Simi Valley, California, and leading off. Some of the best memories I have playing baseball are where you guys are today. I have a lot of great friends and was actually fortunate enough to play with somebody from the Puerto Rico team the year we were there in the big leagues, Alex Claudio. So you never know who you're going to play with down the road. It could be you guys one day, but enjoy the game, best of luck, and have a bunch of fun.
Welcome to historic Lou Hayes Pony Field for the 2023 Dick's Sporting Goods Pony League World Series. It is time to meet the players and coaches. Here's Bob Gregg.
And now the starting lineups. First of all, with the visitors from Managua, Nicaragua. Leading off, playing left field, number 7, Joshua Ortiz. Batting second, the shortstop, number 52, Christopher Cano. Batting third and playing second base, number 2, Osmani Chavez. Batting fourth and playing first base, number 38, Danny Silva. Batting fifth and catching, number 3, Gerald Aguirre. Batting sixth, the right fielder, number 23, Alicio Herrera. Batting seventh, center fielder, number 27, Emil Torres. Batting eighth and playing third base, number 11, Brian Gutierrez. Batting ninth and pitching, number 13, Eduardo Cuernavaca. Number 5, Fernando Guadamus. Number 10, Clefer Alarcon. Number 17, Emmanuel Alvarez. Number 22, Cesar Guido. Number 54, Josue Ramos. Number 99, Arjen Ruiz. Manager, Renny Torres. Coach Jerlene Maltez, Coach Jose Alvarez, Caribbean champion Managua, Nicaragua. And now for the East Zone champions from Manchester, New Hampshire, leading off and playing shortstop, number 5, Owen Hazelbaker. Batting second and playing first base, number 12, Brody Labby. Batting third and pitching, number 13, Levi Locke. Batting fourth and catching, number 10, Nate Duquette. Batting fifth and playing left field, number 10, Chris Senorino. Batting sixth and playing third base, number 9, Patrick Roy. Batting seventh and playing second base, number 7, Seth LeCire. Batting eighth and playing right field, number 4, Jace Labor. Batting ninth, the center fielder, number 2, Chase Crowell. Number 1, Cam Lyonnaise. Number 3, Noah Page. Number 8, Ben Walton. Number 15, Joe Allard. Manager, Mike LeCire. Coach, Steve Hazelbaker. Coach, Ethan Judd. East Zone champion, Manchester, New Hampshire. Umpiring at home plate, J.C. Cobell. At first base, Joe Palazzo. At second base, Mikel Davis. And at third base, Francisco Javier Sanchez.
At this time, we ask all that are able to please rise for the Pony Prayer and the national anthems. Gentlemen and boys, please remove your caps. Thank you to all veterans and active duty members of the United States Armed Forces for your service. We invite you to render a hand salute during the Star-Spangled Banner. Almighty God, help us to realize that we are gathered here to watch young people play baseball, not to second-guess strategy, dispute decisions, or question ability. That we are here to cheer, to encourage, to join in the fun that is baseball, not to jeer, discourage, or otherwise degrade the game. That while officials and players are expected to perform within the bounds of certain standards, we also, as spectators, are expected to conduct ourselves within the bounds of good sportsmanship. May this contest end without injury, without feelings of ill will, without disgrace, but as an activity worthy of thy blessing. Amen.
Bob was concluding the introductions of the players, there was a burst of rain. See how that becomes a factor throughout the day. Pretty much a bright day. 70 degrees, and a zephyr out of the south. We could tell was coming out of the south because of where some of our paperwork got rained upon. And here we go with Manchester, New Hampshire, the home team. And for Pony Baseball, 80 feet, 54 feet from the mound to home plate. And the dimensions 250 down the lines, 305 to straightaway center field. Manchester's right-hander Levi locked to face the batting order of Ortiz, Cano, Chavez, Silva, Aguirre, Herrera, Torres, Gutierrez, and the pitcher Cuernavaca. And with Locke on the mound, the right-hander who wears number 13 will be backed up by these friends: Santorino in left, Crow in center, Labor in right, Roy at third, Heiselbaker at short, Lacaille, the second baseman, Labby at first, Duquette catching. Would you talk for a minute, Randy, while I go check something, please?
Sure, absolutely. So Manchester, New Hampshire taking the field first, and led by the coaching staff of manager Mike Lacaille and Steve Hazelbaker. There's Mike Lacaille on his way out to the first base coaching area. And Steve Hazelbaker, one of the assistants, donning number 99, has been a big part of this pony program over the years and youth program, and was the coach when this Manchester team went deep a couple of years ago. Manchester, New Hampshire falling yesterday to Monterrey, Mexico 16-1 in 6 innings after an initial win against Nicaragua 4-1 on opening night, so or in their opener, and they have a rematch here today. A little later on tonight, Washington County against Monterrey, Mexico, scheduled for 7 as we make our way toward the championship at 7 o'clock on Wednesday nights. And right now, a little of a soggy situation, as Lanny had put it, a burst of rain during the announcements, but that light rain has subsided some for the time being. And we're hopeful to, in talking with the Pony Committee before the start of this game, hopeful to get this one in without any stoppages. Rain expected to hit the area around 2 o'clock, so we'll kind of go from there, at least the heavy stuff expected to come around 2. So we'll go from there as far as playing this one out. But ready to go in this one, Manchester, New Hampshire, and Managua, Nicaragua.
All right, Randy, thanks for covering for me. We should point out also, and we will give you the particular batting numbers, but be aware of the fact that both of these teams, through their first 2 games, have not been impressive offensively. Managua hitting 137 in the first 2 games, and Manchester batting 150. And here's the first batter of the ball game, left-hand hitting Joshua Ortiz, who's 1 for 7. And the first pitch of the game is up high, ball 1. We get underway at 11:35. And the 1-ball pitch in for a strike, 1-1. A total of 6 runs on 7 hits for Managua in its first 2 games. Pitches up high. That 5-3 win over Paderborn late last night. 5 runs on 3 hits in the win for Nicaragua. 2-1 pitch. Line drive. Soft liner into right field and a base hit. Ortiz is on. I'll ask the same question that I asked a couple of hours ago. Is it early in the game to bunt or too early? That soft serve into right field. And that'll bring up the left-handed batter, Cano, who is 0 for 6 in the competition.
I would say with the struggle that it's been for both of these 2 teams, I would, as we speculate, or at least I will, I would lay down the bunt.
And there is Cano in the bunting stance and bunts the ball into foul territory, strike one. Randy and I throughout the tournament have talked about how much fun we think it is to anticipate what may or may not happen in a ball game, and understanding that the guys that know the most about their teams are the managers. And the swing and away with the third baseman coming in and being aggressive with a roller to the right side. Second baseman Lacaille teams with Labby for the out, and Ortiz moves up to second base. So works as well as a bunt. You can see, for those of you who have video access, that third baseman Roy was only 35 feet away from home plate when Cano took the swing. Now Chavez, right-handed batter, and a floater from Locke that's up high, ball one. We're just underway in the first inning of our second game of the day. Chavez 2 for 6, has an RBI. Managua winning 5-3 last night. There were only 2 RBIs in that game. Ground ball up over the mound, out beyond second base. Hazelbaker, the shortstop, fires onto first baseman Labby, out number 2. And Ortiz moves to third. Been impressed with Hazelbaker during this series. By the way, in the game, second game in that Monterey game, Hazelbaker he fought a ball off his shin and had another mishap. Pitches up high, ball one, as Danny Silva steps in. Runner at third, 2 outs. And the pitch from the tall right-hander Locke. The ball kicks away from the catcher, and the runner sprinting for the plate and is safe, even though Ortiz, when he reached with his left hand, he did not get to the Pentagon. It was the opportunity, as there was not that clean exchange from catcher Duquette to pitcher Locke, and that afforded Ortiz the opportunity to reach back now with his right hand to slap home plate to get the run. And the next pitch is strike 2-1. I just get done talking about Managua getting 5 runs yesterday, only 2 RBIs, and they pick up the first run of this game without a run batted in. Line shot into center field. Drops in front of Kroll. Kroll was able to block the ball with his body. It's a 2-out single by Silva. 1-0. Managua leads Manchester. And it brings up Aguirre. Pitch from Locke and a swing and a miss. Strike one. Aguirre was 1 for 1 against Manchester in the first meeting. And then he was 1 for 3 in the game last night. Ball hit sharply to third, knocked down by Roy. Roy picks the ball out of the dirt. The throw to first base safe. And Silva advances to second, so Managua has runners at first and second, 2 outs, having already built a 1-0 lead on the error. Aguirre safe at first base.
Right fielder number 23, Alicio Herrera.
And now Alicio Herrera. Runners at first and second. Pitch high, ball one. Herrera was 0 for 2 against Manchester on Saturday. And 0 for 0 last night with an RBI. Ball off the glove of the catcher Duquette. On the pass ball, Silva goes to third. And Aguirre to second. And time here for a pinch runner at second base.
Your attention, please, for Managua.
Alarcon is going to be the courtesy runner.
Number 10, for Alarcon.
Alarcon for Alighieri. Second and third, 2 outs, 1-0 Managua, Nicaragua. And the pitch to Herrera, it's inside to make it 3-0. Next pitch called strike. Next pitch from the right-hander, Locke is in there, breaking ball. A strike call to make it 3-2. Silva, the runner at third. Alarcon, the runner at second. 3-2 pitch. And it is high, and the bases are loaded for number 7 hitter and one of the stars from last night, Emil Torres. That breaking ball, remember the breaking balls for called strikes to make it 3-1 and 3-2. And a pitch that stayed up for ball 4. Pitch to Torres, in for a strike. Emil Torres, a complete game last night in the 5-3 win over Paderborn, Germany. There's a swing and a miss. Torres struck out 11 batters in 7 innings. 0-2 pitch. He's up high. Last night, Torres, 89 pitches, 69 strikes. And going the distance to propel Managua, Nicaragua into this game. 1-2 pitch, half-hearted swing, one hopper, bobbled by second baseman Lecaire, out at second base. Lecaire able to get the ball into his hand and then flip it to Hazelbaker, the shortstop. Managua picks up a run. On 2 hits, there was an error, and the bases left loaded.
You deserve to be here. I believe in you, believe in what we're doing.
After being sidelined with a shoulder injury, 2 minutes in the box isn't so bad. Now get back out there. With AHN Sports Medicine, you're ready for what's next. Your body's rehabbed and recovered. Your legs primed to outskate your defender. Your technical skills perfected. And just like that, you're back. Oh yeah, you're back. Go next level with AHN Sports Medicine.
My dream field has a scoreboard with a giant TV.
My dream field has dugouts for our mascot to dance on.
My dream field has lights to play at night. And a duck pond.
CNX is making dream fields come true by donating millions of dollars throughout Appalachia. Nominate your field at cnx.com/dreamfields.
Our video coverage provided by WBRC Media. Roger Lenhart is our producer, Scott Bartlett, our director. Let's take a look at the Manchester batting order for you. Manchester with Hazelbaker, Labby, Locke, Duquette, Santorino, and Roy, middle third, then Lecaire, Labor, and Krall, facing right-hander Eduardo Cuernavaca. And Hazelbaker to lead off, the left-hand hitting shortstop. 0 for 4 in the tournament, takes outside ball 1. The only guy for Manchester with 2 hits in the tournament is Nate Duquette. Labby has 2 RBIs. 1-0 pitch, up and out. So for Manchester, having scored a total of 5 runs in this tournament, winning 4-1 and then losing 16-1. And a pitch up high, 3 balls, no strikes. And the winner of this game will play at 12:30 tomorrow. Three-ball pitch called strike. The winner of this game will play the loser of the game between Washington County and Monterrey, Mexico, coming up at 7 o'clock tonight. And the 3-1 pitch is popped out of play. Owen Hazelbaker, his dad, coaches third. Manager Mike LeCuyer coaches first. The other member of the staff, Ethan Judd. 3-2 pitch. Fly ball left center. Left fielder Ortiz over. And just shy of the track, Ortiz makes the catch, one away. So you've met the first out of the bottom of the first inning by way of that fly ball. And his mates in the outfield, Torres in center, Herrera in right. It brings up Brody Labby. Playing first base, Labby the right-handed batter. And looks at a strike. From Londonderry, New Hampshire. Oh, 1 pitch. And low and inside. Nobody on, 1 out, 1-0. Managua leads in the first inning. And a pitch outside, 2-1. Two-one pitch. He has a foul ball on a pitch that was away, and Labby slaps it away. And the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two-two pitch. And a foul ball outside third. Mentioning that Labby is from Londonderry. Good number of players on this team from Goffstown. Also 3 players from Manchester, 1 from Bow, 1 from Auburn, 1 from Epping, 1 from Bedford. Pitch is outside, and a full count on Labby. 1 down here in the bottom of the first inning. Managua plating the game's first run by way of a wild pitch. Ortiz, who led off the game with a single, came around to score. 3-2 pitch. And a foul ball off to the right towards, I was going to say camera person Chewy, and I'm looking quickly to see if Chewy is there. He has been there most games, but oh, I can't see. 3-2 pitch. Outside ball 4. So Labby draws the 1-out walk.
Pitching number 13, Levi Locke.
And it brings up Levi Locke. 1 for 5 in the tournament. 1-0 Managua leads. And Cuernavaca's pitch hit batsman. And 2 complimentary passes, setting up Manchester with a couple of men on base. A pitch that came off the right knee of Locke. Locke, the pitcher, we'll see if there's going to be a courtesy runner for him.
Dude, could not have called him the worst action.
Steve Hazelbaker is mic'd. All right, 2 on. And Nate Duquette, the batter, checking to make sure that Algeria is all right, the catcher for Nicaragua. Pitch to Duquette. Outside ball 1, first baseman Silva is where he should be, behind the runner, with runners at first and second base. The 1-0 pitch, called strike 1-1. J.C. Cobell, the home plate umpire. 3 of the 4 umpires working this game are from Virginia Beach, Virginia. 1-1 pitch, ground ball to the shortstop. Cano can't get it. Ball rolls out into left center field. It went under his glove. Scoring from second is Labby to tie the game at 1. And Locke moves to third. Shortstop Cano was trying to quickly get to his left to field that ground ball. So the 1-out walk leads to a run on the single by Duquette. And it's first and third. One out. Courtesy runner at first base, Noah Page, to take the spot. Replace Duquette. Chris Centurino in the number 5 spot of the batting order. Runner at first going, the pitch goes back to the screen. Here comes Locke from third. Locke head first slide scores, and Manchester has a 2-1 lead in the bottom of the first inning. The wild pitch, and I mean the wildest of wild pitches, plus Page gets a stolen base, and it is 2-1. Manchester leads. Remember, first time these two teams met, Manchester won 4-1. Time called, and Manchester manager Rene Torres preparing to bring Ramos into the game to play first base. And
Josue Ramos by the pitcher. He going the first base, and Danny Silva on the third base.
Silva to third.
By Cuernavaca.
And Gutierrez to move from third to the mound.
Yes, exactly.
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 There's not much room in these elimination games for a manager to be patient.
There's no opportunity to be patient in seeing, if you feel like your pitcher doesn't have it at the moment. And obviously Cuernavaca very good, but doesn't have it right now. So going to Brian Gutierrez because you don't want this inning to explode on you is
what those of you that are watching video are seeing is that after the first game today, these two teams took a picture together. Could we see that again? Logan, would you ask him if they could show us that picture again? As Gutierrez warms up in New Hampshire 2-1 lead. Oh, that's out by the bulletproof truck. You see that white truck there, folks? Not the van, but the white truck there. That's where all the really creative people are. Roger Lenhart and Scott Bartlett of the crew. Yeah, that's where the really smart people are. As opposed to this location where Randy and I happen to be. All right, second run of this inning coming in by a wild pitch. Page at second. The count is 1-0. That's the count that Gutierrez has inherited against Chris Centurino. And a swing and a miss, 1-1. One pitch. Line drive. Just out of the reach of the glove of shortstop Cano. Around third, Page, throw to the plate is high, and catcher Algary did not handle the throw. It was going to be close. It is an RBI single for Centurino, who then takes second base on the throw, and Manchester leads 3-1 in the bottom of the first inning.
A great effort by Cano, but just beyond his reach.
Yeah, 2 jumps there. And the shortstop just missed it, and the catcher jumping just missed it. And that'll bring up Patrick Roy. Stretched by Gutierrez. And ball one. (3-1). Manchester on top. Roy 0 for 5 in the tournament. And a swing and a miss. After one out, a walk, a hit batsman. An RBI single, a wild pitch scoring a run. And then the base hit by Centurino to drive in run number 3. And the throw to second base. The throw hits the side of Centurino, who's diving back in. Maybe caught him in the right arm. Yeah, the back of his right arm. Second base umpire Mikel Davis checking on Centurino. One pitch is high. That pitch coming to the plate with second baseman Chavez stationary at second base. Much like a first baseman holding a runner on, not worried about the opening on the right side of the infield. Pitch is down low, 3 balls, 1 strike. Manchester on top, 3-1. Bottom of the first inning. And the 3-1 pitch. Ball 4. Roy gets the free pass. Cuernavaca worked 4 batters and retired only one of the 4. And Seth LeCuyre steps in, son of the manager of Manchester, New Hampshire, and a balk has been called. Centurino will move to third, and Roy to second. And the infield coming in for Nicaragua. Pitch inside, 1-0. All the years I've been doing baseball, the TV truck always helping to show me a replay of a balk, and I almost never can figure it out. 1-ball pitch, swing and a miss, 1-1. That's why for years I wanted Bob Walk, Steve Blass alongside of me. Let those guys that have been in the center of the diamond tell me, what did he do wrong? 1 ball, 1 strike. And a 1-1 pitch. Hit the bat. Saw that happen to Willie Stargell one time. Willie ducked out of the way of the pitch, and the ball hit the bat. And then what was priceless was the picture of Willie looking around. Great shot of Willie Stargell from the third base camera that became part of Pirate lore. Count 1-2 on LeCuyre. Boy, chance for Manchester here to open things up. Managua had a run on the top of the inning. Infield drawn in. Runners at second and third. 1-2 pitch is up high. One out, 2-2 pitch. Check swing by LeCuyre. It is not a swing. First base umpire Joe Palazzo sustaining the ruling of the home plate umpire, 3-2. LeCuyre, the 7th batter of this bottom of the first. And it is ball 4. 3 walks and a hit batsman in this inning. And that'll bring up Jace Labor, who wears a crooked number. He's got number 4 on his back. I just couldn't resist. Randy just could not resist. Middle infielders now at double play depth. And the pitch in there for a called strike. Labor 0 for 2 in the tournament. The posse getting ready. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Santorino runner at third, Roy at second, and LeCaire at first, 1 out. The first batter of this half inning, flied out. Next pitch inside, hit batsman. A bases loaded hit batsman, and Manchester leads 4-1. Santorino scores, Roy to third, LeCaire to second, and Labor gets the painful RBI. Well, in this inning, there have been 3 Manchester players hit by baseballs. 2 while standing in the batter's box and 1 while diving back towards second base. And here's number 9 hitter Chase Kroll. Bases loaded, 1 out. Fly ball into left center field. It will drop in. Roy scores, 5-1 Manchester. LeCaire scores from second to make it 6-1. Labor goes to third before the ball can get thrown back in. And Kroll, 9th batter of the inning. RBI, 2-run single. And a 5-run early lead for Manchester.
And it has been a crooked number in this bottom of the first inning, Lanny. Is a big multi-run frame here for Manchester. And despite Brian Gutierrez entering in relief in this frame, he has fared no better than the starter in Cuernavaca.
No te me pegado, no te tiré, era afuera. Afuera, ¿sí o no? A ver, no discuta, pues. Dale, pues, sigamos, bro. Miren, el juego está entero todavía. Trata de controlarte mejor. Le estamos dando chance para que él vaya a calentar allá, ¿oíste? Dale, vamos. Para que él caliente ahí. Trata de agarrar la zona por ahí, ¿oíste? Dale, vamos. Dale, vamos. Ok, yeah.
And injury recovery programs, AHN helps strengthen your body and keeps you game day ready. Call 412 Doctor.
And Owen Hazelbaker is going to get another chance here. Second at bat or second plate appearance of the inning. Runners at first and third, 1 out. 8 consecutive Manchester batters reaching base. 6 runs on 2 hits. Runner going from first to second, now slowing down, throw to third. And getting back safely is Labor. Somebody lost his sunglasses. And apparently, Silva rather, the third baseman is shaken up. And Silva tripped. In the costume accessory, the sunglasses went flying. Runner at second base after the stolen base. Infield in. And the pitch, a ball, 1-1. It's only the first inning, but it's a 6-1 ball game in favor of the young men from the Granite State. Pitch, a ball, 2-1. Gutierrez has not gotten an out. He is facing his 6th batter. 2-1 pitch, swing and a foul tip.
In this big inning for Manchester, the 6 runs, more than they've scored in the 2 prior games combined in the Pony League World Series.
From the stretch, right-hander Gutierrez. Swing and a miss, strike 3. The throw to first base for out number 2, and while the play was being made at first, Labor scampers home to make it 7-1. Krell to third. Second time we've seen that play today. Strikeout 2-3. And while the Managua defense was distracted, Labor snuck home. Now Labby with a runner at third. 7-1 Manchester. Pitch from Gutierrez. Fly ball left center field. Running catch by Torres. 11 batters for Manchester. In the bottom of the first inning, good for 7 runs. After one, Manchester 7, Managua 1.
There's a place far from the city, yet just down the road, where likes and shares mean more. It's in every bite, each performance, and every night, where the miles we ride together become the memories we share forever. We dream because they fought for it. We give because they worked for it. The American spirit lives here. I can feel it.
At Penn West University, we're here for it. Here for the hard workers, the life changers. Here in California, in Clarion, and in Edinburgh, and with our global online programs. At Penn West University, we're here for you. Learn more at pennwest.edu/learn.
A place to share the things that matter most. At Trex, we see it too.
The Dick's Sporting Goods Pony League World Series is presented by Dick's Sporting Goods, by the Washington County Tourism Promotion Agency, and by the Observer Publishing Company.
For the top of the second inning, Randy and I were commenting yesterday that if you were to dissect the bracket and you were to try to determine where's the most enviable starting point in the bracket, I'm of the opinion it is Game 2, where Covina and Youngstown played Friday at 7:30. And Youngstown, because it won that game Friday night, not playing again until 4:30 today. So Youngstown wins. Doesn't play Saturday, doesn't play Sunday, resting not only the players, the position players, but not adding to pitch totals. And so Youngstown, if it wins today at 4:30, it plays at 4:30 tomorrow, and if it wins there, it goes into the championship game. And now Gutierrez to lead off the top of the second inning, right-handed batter, and a strike called in the inside corner. Gutierrez 1 for 7 in the tournament. It was 7 runs on 3 hits in the bottom of the first for Manchester. And the one strike pitch hit in the air, sliding into right center field. Krell makes the catch, 1 away. And now
number 54, first baseman,
number 54 came on. Ramos took over at first base when Cuernavaca was replaced as the Managua pitcher. And the left-handed batter, Ramos, takes high, ball 1. 7-1, Manchester leads. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss, 1-1. Now the loser of this game will be eliminated. We will be down to 6 teams after this game. 1-1 pitch, foul ball off to the left, not a play. 4:30 today. Nicaragua, Japan against Youngstown. There's a swing and a miss on a pitch up. And Ramos out number 2. Strikeout number 1 for Levi Locke. Top of the order for Joshua Ortiz. Ortiz started the game with a single, went to second on a ground out, went to third on a ground out, and scored on a wild pitch. 7-1 Manchester, and the pitch to Ortiz, ball one. 7 o'clock game tonight, Washington County against Monterrey, Mexico. 1-0 pitch. He is high 2-0. And the 2-0 delivery is high. Three-0 pitch up high. Ball four. And the second walk given up by Locke. It's a 2-out walk.
Number 52, Christopher Cano.
And Cano steps in. He's 0 for 1. He's 0 for 7 in the tournament. Manchester leading 7-1 in the top of the second inning. And a time called by catcher Duquette. All right, now he's back in behind the plate. And the pitch, strike called. I'm of the belief that when you have a 7-1 lead and you get a runner on base, 2 outs, just ignore him. I mean, just pay token attention to him. Shouldn't be much aggressiveness on the part of Managua. Swinging a foul ball. Nevertheless, I have experienced some coaches of youth baseball that have told me that when they're trailing by a lot of runs, they like to run to jumpstart their offense. Pardon me. 0-2 pitch, ground ball to first, and the first baseman will fire lobby to Hazelbaker to get the out. A little bit more difficult way, 3-6 to end the inning. No runs, no hits, a walk, and 1 left on base. We go to the bottom of the second. Manchester 7, Managua, Nicaragua 1.
We've been in your community since 1808. We've stood by your side covering the news of the day. We've been here for the important times in your life. We've celebrated with you. We're proud to have delivered the latest in local, regional, and national news in Washington, Greene, and southern Allegheny counties. We'll be here for the next phase of your life with our print and online editions. The Observer Reporter, life delivered daily.
The Washington Automotive Difference gives you 6 more reasons to buy from us. 6 months of paintless net repair, lost key coverage, interior or exterior protection, and tire coverage at no charge on all qualified vehicles. We finally have some new vehicles available, and we have a great selection of used vehicles ready to go. Or we'll buy your vehicle. South Hills Toyota, Washington Honda, and Washington Hyundai. It's all at the mall.
Serve the fuel that keeps your community running.
My store is very close. It's like one big family.
Enjoy your Dunkin' favors while you work and find a fun, flexible, and fulfilling career. Text WORK for HRG to 25000 to apply.
7-1, Manchester leads Managua. 7 runs in the bottom of the first. Let's count the runs for you. RBI single by Duquette tied the game at 1. Wild pitch allowed Locke to score to make it a 2-1 ball game. Single by Centurino, 3-1. Hit by pitch. Labor turning the other cheek with the bases loaded. That made it 4-1. And then Kroll a 2-run single, bringing home runs 5 and 6. And then the strikeout at first base, allowing Labor to sneak home. Here in the bottom of the second inning, Levi Locke, the batter. And the count 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike. 0-2 pitch is high. Bottom of the second inning. 2-1 pitch. Called strike 2-2. Randy, I'm going to ask you a question. Just give me a quick answer off the top of your head.
All right.
And I don't know the answer. How many U.S. states do not have major sports teams? Just give me a quick guess.
I'll guess 5.
That do not.
That do not.
Just 5. Ball fouled away. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
All right, 10. I'll take a second guess then that do not. I think Bob Gregg knows the answer. Or at least given a guess. He guesses 12. I'll go with 10.
Well, we got 2 in New England. We got 3 in New England, right? Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont, definitely, right?
Right.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on a pitch away. Lock is the first out of the 3rd inning. And we got 49 and 50. Alaska, Hawaii, no. So we got 5 right there. Delaware. South Dakota. North Dakota does have a team, right? NBA. I mean, South Carolina, I'm sorry. South Carolina does not. North Carolina does. North Dakota doesn't. South Dakota doesn't. Idaho doesn't. Iowa doesn't. Montana doesn't. You're not counting, are you?
No.
You don't want. Randy's saying, I don't want to play this game.
It's over 5.
I don't want to play this game. Here's Duquette. And a swing and a miss. 0-2. See, when I give quizzes at Waynesburg University, I typically give bonus questions.
Okay.
You know, like my favorite this past spring was, how many Major League Baseball teams are there in Kansas? No balls and 2 strikes on Duquette. And the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts recorded by Gutierrez. By the way, the answer is 0. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to revise my answer to the previous question. 24 states without.
You got 24,
yeah,
is that right?
24, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've thought about it a little more, and I think it's 24.
And Santorino to bat with nobody on and 2 down. Singled, driving in a run and scoring run on the first. 7-1. Manchester leads. Swing and a miss. Gutierrez has put things together after. Well, he did not retire the first 5 batters he faced, but now he's retired the last 4. 0-1 pitch is down low, 1-1. By the way, Kansas is one of the states on the list that does not have a major sports team. 1-1 pitch. Low and inside. 2-1. Oklahoma, Nebraska. Oh, yeah, that's right, the basketball team. What are they, the 89ers or something? Swinging a foul ball. Really, I don't know the Oklahoma basketball team's nickname. The Thunder. I was close. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs in the bottom of the 2nd inning. 7-1, Manchester leads. The Manchester team that had only 6 hits in the first 2 games it played and scored only a total of 5 runs, but it has 7 runs on 3 hits in the first 2 innings of this game. And the count 3 balls, 2 strikes on Santorino. 3-2 pitch. Bouncer up the middle and into center field. Ball dribbled just by the mound and just past second base. Santorino gets his 2nd hit. By the way, I noticed before that ball was hit that Torres, the center fielder, almost had his heels on the warning track. And so with that ball dribbling up the middle, Torres had to come quite a ways to get the ball. And that brings up Patrick Roy. Look how deep Torres is. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Yeah, Torres almost has his back up against the Pony League logo. Well, that's an exaggeration, but he is extremely deep. 0-1 pitch, ball bounced on the left side. Third baseman Silva fielding the batted ball and holding on to it. Back-to-back singles after 2 outs. Neither ball that has been hit after 2 outs hit particularly well. And Lacaille the batter. 7-1, Manchester leads, 2 on, 2 outs. And Seth Lacaille the batter. Ball 1. Lacaille walked in the first inning. One-0 pitch, called strike. Runner breaks for third on the throw back to the mound, and getting to third safely is Santorino. He waited until the catcher threw the ball back to the pitcher before he broke. Watch the pitch, and then as the throw comes back, boom, breaking for third is Santorino. Now the throw to second with a runner going. Out at second base. Tag made by second baseman Chavez. That ends the inning. No runs, 2 hits. 1 left on base. At the end of 2, Manchester 7, Managua 1.
Owned and operated by the Perlman family since 1914, King's Jewelry invites you to become part of the family.
We want you to come in, we want you to smile, and we want you to leave smiling.
We are definitely a very family-oriented business. Love is a very big part of it. We've been celebrating love for over 100 years.
Visit King's Jewelry today to celebrate the love in your life.
What are you doing? It's 10 a.m. We have work to do.
Oh, come on, man. Be cool. You told me to get the app. I only got enough apps for the entire office. Fondue, guacamole, and I just can't resist pigs in the blanket.
Washington Financial Bank's app makes banking simple. Deposit, transfer, and even pay your bills right from your smartphone or device. Download the app and bank with Frank.
Monday. Here at Pony Baseball. And we've played 2. 2 innings of game 2, 7-1 Manchester. Here's Randy Gore.
Thanks, Lanny. In the top of the third, Osmani Chavez will lead off. Danny Silva and Gerald Aguirre also due up against Levi Locke. Locke surrendered a 1 run in the first inning, a wild pitch that scored Joshua Ortiz, but that's been all. As Chavez steps in, 7-1, Manchester, New Hampshire out in front. Offering his outside for a ball to Chavez. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out to short in the first inning. And Lanny talked about it from the outset of the broadcast that these teams coming into this game have struggled to score runs up and in 2-0, but for this contest, Manchester has had no trouble in scoring runs. That 7th spot in the first. There's a strike now to Chavez. And the 7 runs in the first, more than the 2 games combined from earlier in the World Series for Manchester. Fly ball deep center field and over the head of Chase Crowell. Chavez will head towards second with a stand-up double to lead off the third.
Number 38, Danny Silva.
Chavez with his 3rd hit of the World Series, now 3 for 8. Then his first extra base hit. And trying to get something going, Managua, Nicaragua, is Danny Silva, who singled in the first inning. Offering from Locke is a called strike. 7-1, Manchester leading. And Nicaragua trying to chip away at that. These two teams met in their first game of the tournament on Saturday, and Manchester won that one 4-1. That was a low-scoring affair. Pitch outside, 1 ball, 1 strike on Silva. Manchester trailed 1-0 from the first inning on until a 4-run bottom of the 6th flipped the script in that game. One breaking ball dropped in the zone nicely for Levi Locke for strike 2. 1-2 on the batter Silva. And Brody Labby in the bottom of the 6th hit a 2-run double to give New Hampshire a 2-1 lead, and they'd add on. 1-2 pitch, fly ball to right. Labor camps under it, makes the catch for the inning's first out. Chavez will stay put at second base.
Number 3, Gerald Aguirre.
Gerald Aguirre reached on an error in the first. Patrick Roy was the winning pitcher in relief in the 4-1 victory for Manchester against Nicaragua. He went 2 scoreless innings. Yesterday, Manchester losing to Monterrey, Mexico 16-1, trying to bounce back in this one. Ball pumped in for a strike to Aguirre. Aguirre, right-handed hitter, goes around well out in front, swing and a miss as he twisted down toward the dirt in the batter's box. Runner at second with 1 out. High heat by Locke, blows it by Aguirre for strike 3 and out number 2. Second strikeout as well for Levi Locke. Had his batter set up and has put that one way up out of the zone. And even though that was up near eye level, Aguirre chasing after it. Pitch in the dirt to Alicio Herrera, blocked by Duquette. That'll keep Chavez at second. 6-run lead for Manchester in the top of the 3rd. Managua, Nicaragua appearing in the Pony League World Series for the first time ever. Caribbean Zone champions, strike delivered. Evens up the count, 1-1 on Herrera. From the stretch, Locke stares down the runner at second, deals the 1-1. Fouled back. Nicaragua defeating the Dominican Republic, Honduras, Ecuador, Chiriqui, Panama, and Panama City. And the win over Panama City 3-1 to win the zone championship, to earn the right to make it here to Washington. And time granted to Nate Duquette as he'll make a trip out to the mound to chat with his pitcher Levi Locke. And Managua, population of over 1 million, 3,397 miles from Washington. If you make a straight trip here, it's a 7-hour, 10-minute flight or a 65-hour drive. Obviously, the flight is more appealing. The largest city in Nicaragua is Managua. 1-2 is high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runner at second with 2 outs, top of the 3rd, 7-1 Manchester. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Locke again stares at the runner, dancing off of second. Curveball, swing and a miss. 3 strikeouts on the day for Levi Locke is after the leadoff double. Chavez left stranded. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. Your score, Manchester, New Hampshire 7, Managua, Nicaragua 1.
225 years in the making. The Washington County Agricultural Fair, presented by EQT, August 12th through 19th at the Washington County Fairgrounds. Listen to live music with bands like Russell Dickerson, Six Gun Sally, Marcus Tyler Band, and more. Get down and dirty with motocross, drag racing, and 2 demolition derbies, plus high school bands and the school bus demolition derby. Daily admission is $10 and parking is free. The Washington County Agricultural Fair, August 12th through 19th. Find out more at washingtonfair.org.
Yo, shit too. You deserve to be here. I believe in you, believe in what we're doing.
People see Alex play, and they know that she's different. It makes me want to be a better soccer player on the field.
It was just this mindset that I had from a young age that I'm going to compete in everything I work at, and I want to win.
When all the eyes are on her, that's when she performs the best.
It's great to have body armor with me through my workout for the World Cup as I'm preparing to be on the biggest stage. We're just so much more powerful and strong as a team than as an individual.
Covina, California, 15-5 winners earlier today against Palmview, Texas.
A free coffee and donut voucher from Duncan. The World Series.
And Manchester, New Hampshire right now with a 7-1 lead over Managua, Nicaragua. The elimination game from earlier, Covina bouncing Palmview in 5 innings in Game 9 of the tournament. This is Game 10 and also an elimination contest. Pitch up high for a ball to Seth Lekaier, who leads off the bottom of the third. Lekaier walked and scored in that 7-run first inning for Manchester. Ryan Gutierrez continues in relief. Fastball inside, ball 2. And Gutierrez has surrendered 4 of the 7 runs today. Did not retire a batter until the 6th man he faced upon entering in relief. 2-0 wave and a miss. Managua, after falling to Manchester 4-1 on Saturday in their opener, bounced back yesterday with a 5-3 win against Paderborn, Germany. 2-1, and a fly ball right center field. That's down for a base hit. Leadoff single for Seth Lekaier. Fist bump between he and Dad over there at first base. As Lekaier just driving that one well, opposite way to right center. It looks like we're going to have another pitching change. So Gutierrez, who entered in the first, and he will exit in the third, at least from the pitcher's mound. As Gerald Aguirre, check that. Fernando Guadamuz will enter.
Change for Managua.
And Guadamuz's teammates looking on as some of the participants in this year's Pony League World Series were watching on with the Pittsburgh Pirates playing host to the Cincinnati Reds yesterday. Monterrey, Mexico, among the teams that visited beautiful PNC Park on the North Shore. And a great opportunity for those coming in, whether it be from out of state or out of the country, in the case of Monterrey, Mexico, to check out one of the most, if not the most beautiful ballpark in Major League Baseball. And, you know, Lanny, you spoke about how Game 2 is advantageous not only from a strategic perspective, but also from potentially a travel perspective. Youngstown, Ohio, right now, the benefactors of that Game 2 win. But, you know, you love to be here in Washington, PA, or the Pittsburgh area to not only be a part of this World Series, but to take in also what's around you. We often have heard from teams visiting the Tanger outlets in Washington County. There are a number of great local spots, and with the Pirates in town, if you have the opportunity to drive up there, which Monterrey, Mexico clearly did, and some other teams. Welcome to Western Pennsylvania. Jace Labor will face Guadamuz. Swings and misses for strike 1. Fernando Guadamuz with a pickoff toss. The check on Lekaier. Jace Labor hit by a pitch with the bases loaded in the first for an RBI. And swing and a miss on the pitch. Do we have a balk? We did. So no pitch. No pitch. Count will stay 0-1. And a balk moving Lekaier to second. From the stretch, Guadamus. So after the balk upon entering the game, Tumble takes the runner at second, deals to the plate, low and outside. The Managua rebounding yesterday with a 5-3 win over Paderborn, Germany. They were tied 1-1 and broke that tie with a 3-run top of the third and led the rest of the way. Capitalized on 5 errors and 7 walks from Paderborn to advance to today's action. Pitch in the dirt. Blocked by Gerald Aguirre. Two-one. Looked at for a strike, 2 balls and 2 strikes. In that win last night against Paderborn, Emil Torres, complete game in 89 pitches with 11 strikeouts. Osmani Chavez and Alicio Herrera with RBIs each. Jace Labor awaiting a 2-2 pitch here in the bottom of the third, and he pops it up, foul territory. Aguirre will make the catch, jogging on top of the Pony logo here at Lou Hayes Pony Field for the inning's first out. Nicely done, tracking that one down by Aguirre. Number 9 hitter of the order, Chase Crowell. He produced a 2-run single in the first inning. Again, that was a 7-run frame, and it's a 7-1 lead right now for Manchester. Bottom of the third with a runner at second and 1 out. Offering from Guadamus is outside for a ball. And we're talking about Managua, Nicaragua during the last half inning with the population and distance. Baseball by far the most popular sport in Nicaragua. 1-0. Watch for a strike by Crowell. And perhaps the most notable baseball player from Nicaragua is Dennis Martinez, nicknamed El Presidente. He was the first Latin-born pitcher to throw a perfect game in the majors back in 1991 with the Montreal Expos. 1-1, popped up, middle infield. Shortstop Cano calls for it and puts it away into his leather for the inning's second out. Dennis Martinez, 4-time All-Star, who is in the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame, the Latino Baseball Hall of Fame, and the Expos and Baltimore Orioles Hall of Fame. Owen Hazelbaker 0 for 2. 7-1 Manchester, bottom of the third. LeCaire at second base is Guadamus trying to leave him stranded. Foul ball over the third base side. First strike 1 off the bat of Hazelbaker. Hazelbaker has been very good defensively, 0 for 2 today, and was one of 5 players. 1 upstairs was one of 5 players that were a part of the 10U Manchester team that won the New England region in the 10U Little League World Series in 2021. And that team was coached by Steve Hazelbaker, his dad, who's at the third base coaching box right now. 1-1 pitch due to Owen Hazelbaker. Guadamus deals, line drive into center field. That's going to get down in front of Torres. Runner will be waved around third. LeCaire scores as the throw off line toward home. And our second base umpire going down on the play at second base. Sliding in there safely was Hazelbaker. We hope that Mikel Davis is okay. 8-1 Manchester, New Hampshire on the base hit, but right now all concerns with our base umpire, Mikel Davis.
Boy, look how quickly the AHN crew got out there.
And the EMS crew motioning the players to the dugout, both teams. I hate to see anything of this nature no matter who it is out there on the field. You think about the umpiring crew, and we had one umpire who was nicked up from opening night, and Dave Smolko, we certainly wish him well also, but right now, again, all attention, scary situation here with Mikel Davis down, and they're going to keep him stationary for quite a while as a precautionary measure, we hope. And all of this occurring on the RBI single by Owen Hazelbaker. A liner to center. And Emil Torres coming up, throwing to the infield. His throw was offline. And then with Gerald Aguirre throwing back towards second, with Hazelbaker advancing 80 feet on the throw to the plate.
Let us talk to you a little bit about what might be the path for Manchester if it moves on. Remember, Manchester beat Managua, Nicaragua, and then lost to Monterrey, Mexico. If Manchester were to win here today, it would play either Washington County or Monterrey. And then if it won that game, it would play the loser of that game. And then if it won against either Washington County or Monterrey, it would play the winner of that game. And great to see Mikel up.
I see some smiles out there, which is a great sign. And he has a grin as well. Some of his umpiring brethren. Maybe a sigh of relief is you might expect. J.C. Cobell, your home plate umpire. Joe Palazzo at first. Mikel Davis, who receives the round of applause as he tips his cap to the crowd. And Francisco Sanchez over at third, your men in blue today. It kind of looked like, and I caught it late, but it looked like he tumbled over his own feet a little bit, or caught himself awkwardly. And you have to think, we think about these ball players as athletes, but the umpires as well. They have to get into position to make rulings and be in the right spot to see what's happening, to make judgment on it. And so we're back to business now. And glad that Mr. Davis is all right. So here's Brody Labby. Takes up an in, pitch off the glove of Aguirre, and that'll advance Hazelbaker to third. So we have 2 outs in this inning as we reset, 8-1, Manchester leading. Wild pitch ruled on the advancement for Hazelbaker. From the stretch, Guadamus brings a pitch upstairs for ball two, to Brody Labby. Labby walked and scored in the first, flew out to center in the first inning. Labby, he had the big 2-run double against Nicaragua on Saturday. Here swings and misses. Foul tip into the glove of Aguirre. It was a 1-0 deficit at the time. Brody Labby's 2-run double gave New Hampshire a 2-1 lead, and they stretched that advantage to 4 en route to a 4-1 victory. Bats here with a runner at third and 2 outs. A 7-run lead for Manchester. Fouled off. So after scoring only 5 runs in the 2 games combined, 8 runs in this one today, including that 7-run first. Elimination game is Manchester hoping to move on. Lanny dictated what the potential course could be as the swing and a miss ends the inning. Labby down on strikes as Guadamus able to finish up the inning, but 1 run scores on 2 hits, 1 left stranded for Manchester. Your score after 3, it's Manchester, New Hampshire 8, Managua, Nicaragua 1.
People who come to Cricket stay with Cricket.
I run a biotech design company, and my Cricket hotspot allows me to stay connected to my team and my clients as I travel.
Now that's 5G with a view. Smile, you're on Cricket.
At Pathways of Southwestern Pennsylvania, we believe that every life has potential, and we're dedicated to fulfilling it. Our programs give every child the opportunity to overcome obstacles, achieve milestones, and reach their fullest early learning potential. From cutting-edge development therapies and daily medical supervision to quality early education for children of all abilities, we cater to each family's specific needs. Pathways of Southwestern Pennsylvania, your path to lifelong fulfillment.
Jumpstart the season with a bit of fresh air. Whether you like to walk, run, hike, bike, or boat, you'll find that Washington County is connected by trails. Plan a day on one of the nation's outstanding rail trails with a trip on the Montour, Panhandle, or National Pike Trail. Grab a paddle and navigate the scenic Mon River and surrounding small-town charm. We'll see you at the trailhead. Plan your trip today at washcotrails.com.
Washington County and Lou Hayes Pony Field, home to the Dick's Sporting Goods Pony League World Series. Overcast morning as New Hampshire, Manchester, New Hampshire, holding an 8-1 advantage over Managua, Nicaragua. Emil Torres, Brian Gutierrez among those due up in this. Emil Torres due up. Gutierrez removed for Fernando Guadamuz. Guadamuz due up in this inning, as well as Josue Ramos.
Leading off the Managua fourth inning, number 27, Emil Torres.
0 for 1, Emil Torres today. Leads off the fourth. 8-1, Manchester in front over Managua, Nicaragua. Right-handed hitter is Torres. As Levi Locke has been on point, giving up just 1 run in the first inning, but otherwise throwing strikes. He has punched out 3 today. Brings strike 1 to open up the at-bat with Torres. Here's the 0-1. Curveball, fly ball, right center field. Chase Crowell ranging over to his left, hauls it in, 1 out. And since the 1-run first inning, Locke has surrendered only 1 hit. That was a leadoff double to Osmani Chavez in the third, and he stayed put at second base. As Locke settled that inning down as well, offering his outside ball 1 to Fernando Guadamuz. Guadamuz entering in relief during the last half inning. 1-0 pitch, up and in to him. Guadamuz with his first plate appearance of the World Series right here. 2-0. Inside edge this time. As the previous pitch had backed him off, thought that one was going to be inside as well, but Locke hits the inside edge this time. 1 out, bases empty, top of the fourth. 8-1 Manchester, swing and a miss. Manchester, New Hampshire, as the 2-2 comes in. That's a swing and a miss. Ball dropped. Dropped third strike by Duquette, but he'll have time to pick it up and throw to first to complete the strikeout. 2-3. Now 2 away. Late recognition by the batter, Guadamuz, that the ball got away, and even though it trickled about halfway between home plate and the warning track, still enough time for Duquette as a result to calmly make that play. Josue Ramos watches strike 1. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the second. Ramos looking for his first hit of the World Series, 0 for 6. Another strike from Locke, quickly out in front, nothing in 2. 8-1, New Hampshire leading. 0-2 pitch, roller on the left side. Shortstop Hazel Baker gets in front of it. Fields throws a little low, and that's not handled by Labby on the back end, so Ramos is aboard. Hazelbaker able to make a play on it, but that throw again low over at first. And so it will be ruled an error on Hazelbaker officially. As we get the ruling, strike one on Joshua Ortiz. Ortiz has reached twice, a single and a run scored in the first, walked in the second. Left-handed hitter takes a ball. From the stretch now, Locke with a runner aboard, outside and a bit low as well, 2-1. This Manchester team, and talking with the coaching staff, saying that this is a true all-star team, not a travel ball team. So they had only about a week and a half to 2 weeks to practice and prepare. 2-1, foul straight back. And the first time this team played together was the East Zone tournament, in which they outscored opponents 30-5. Manager Mike Lacaille saying that the team looked as if they had been playing together for a long time. They really gelled together quickly. 2-2 from Locke. Curveball, bounce foul, first base way. And manager Mike Lacaille, who works in law enforcement back home in New Hampshire, has coached pony baseball the last 3 years. 2-2, fouled off.
Kalen, please come to the press.
New Hampshire with a big first inning, a 7 spot. Jump starting the offense, an 8-1 lead in the top of the fourth. 2 outs, runner at first. Josue Ramos for Nicaragua. And the curveball just misses. And Manchester, 640 miles from Washington, PA. And a fly ball left center. That'll bloop in for a base hit. So on the payoff pitch, Ortiz dumps it into left center. He's on for the 3rd time in this game. And that'll push Ramos to second. So 2 aboard for Christopher Cano. That's a well-placed base hit there for Ortiz. Number 2 hitter in the order. As Nicaragua trying to swing its way back into the contest. Time for catcher Duquette as he'll head out to talk with Levi Locke. Locke, who started this game, made a relief appearance earlier on in the World Series as he picked up the save in the 4-1 victory against Nicaragua. In the team's opener, he fires in a strike on Cano, who's 0 for 2, a couple of ground ball outs today. We got started at 9 a.m. this morning with a 5-inning win, 10-run rule for Covina, California, 15-5. 1-1 the count on Cano. 2 runners aboard. Fastball misses. The pause in the 2-1 pitch. That hits its mark on the outer edge. Runs the count even. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Cano. Locke ready with the signs from catcher Duquette. He delivers. Bounding ball headed towards short to his left. Fielded by Hazelbaker. He'll just calmly step on the bag at second. And the side is retired. An error, a hit, 2 left on, no runs across for Nicaragua. And your score after 3.5. It's Manchester, New Hampshire 8, Managua, Nicaragua 1.
Serve the fuel that keeps your community running.
My store is very close. It's like one big family.
Enjoy your Dunkin' favors while you work and find a fun, flexible, and fulfilling career. Text WORK for HRG to 25000 to apply.
Hi, I'm Dylan Radigan. The world is brimming with possibilities. And that keeps me busy. My latest invention may be able to feed and sustain communities around the world. My team and I are always on the go, meeting new people and seeing new places. I produce films that I really care about. It's an honor to speak to audiences around the world. When people come together, meaningful work gets done. How do I do all this? Well, that part's easy. Hotelplanner.com.
The Washington Automall difference gives you 6 more reasons to buy from us. 6 months of paintless net repair, lost key coverage, interior exterior protection, and tire coverage at no charge on all qualified vehicles. We finally have some new vehicles available, and we have a great selection of used vehicles ready to go. Or we'll buy your vehicle. South Hills Toyota, Washington Honda, and Washington Hyundai. It's all at the mall.
From Washington Park in Washington County, the Pony League World Series. And Saturday, before we got underway with the games, we had the Pony League Champions game. All of us dream, all of us cherish memories, and no question about it that everyone deserves, if he or she chooses to, feel the bat in his or her hands and hear the crack of the bat, run the bases, touch home plate, and be cheered on by other baseball fans. Randy?
Leading off the bottom of the fourth, Levi Locke swings and misses, strike one. And you could see on that video, Manchester, New Hampshire, all the teams part of that Champions League event. 0-1 outside. As Locke reaching on a hit-by pitch of the first inning, scored on a wild pitch, part of a 7-run frame. It's 8-1 Manchester, New Hampshire, with the advantage in the bottom of the fourth. 1-1, swing and a miss. Well, we've talked about this in other ball games, but right now a 7-run lead for Manchester in the bottom of the fourth. If you can build this lead up to 10, put yourself in a position to think about 10-run rule during the next half inning. 1-2, and that's downstairs, and the advantage of that, beside the obvious that you win in advance, but you can save some pitching, and Levi Locke has been so very good. He's at 76 pitches, and right now with the bat at hand. 2-2, fly ball to right. Herrera on the run coming in, plays it off a hop, and it's a leadoff single for Levi Locke.
Number 10, Nate Duquette.
Fernando Guadamuz, who entered in relief in the third inning, continuing on after surrendering that leadoff single to Locke. Now deals to Nate Duquette, who's 1 for 2 with a RBI single.
Well, I was just watching the replay of that base hit pitch that was well in on the hands, and Locke did a great job of getting the bat through the zone and pulling it to right field.
Time for Nate Duquette to tie his shoe. In the meantime, Nicaragua will take advantage of the pause and play to send 3 players down to the bullpen area for Nicaragua down the left field line in foul territory. As Emmanuel Alvarez looks to be the man that'll start throwing here momentarily. In the meantime, Guadamuz, a right-hander, trying to keep this an 8-1 game. Pickoff throw to check Levi Locke. Pickoff again, and back standing this time is Locke. Guadamuz peeking over his left shoulder as he comes set. Runner goes. Pitch a called strike. Throw into second, and safe. Is able to slide around the tag attempt of Osmani Chavez. Stolen base for Levi Locke.
Well, it looked like they were going to get the out at second base, but Chavez took the throw, and by the time he took it in front of the bag, and so he had to reach for the runner. And what also the nature of the throw forced him to reach forward, then reach down to his left.
Hey, catcher's got to have a mask, but he's got to stand. He can't squat.
Oh, halted play because The catcher in the bullpen needed a mask, a face mask, which he was not donning at the time. So all three players are going to come back. Eight to 1 score favoring Manchester after the stolen base by Locke. Will continue. Nate Duquette, who took a strike at the time of the stolen base. A lot of time there between pitches, so he'll request it as granted time by home plate umpire J.C. Cobell. From the stretch, Guadamuz brings the 0-1. And outside, 1-1.
I continue to be amazed at how deep Torres plays in center field. And even left field Ortiz is back quite a ways.
Foul ball off the end of the bat.
Something blooped. There's no way, number one, they're going to catch it. Number two, no play at the plate.
And there have been a few singles that have been hit in front of those outfielders throughout this game today. But, I guess you could say playing no doubles, but they've given up plenty of singles. Here's a fly ball to right center, and there's, to your point, it bloops into right center for a base hit. That'll advance Levi Locke rather to third, and Duquette with the base knock to a board.
Yep. If Torres is playing normal center field, he catches this ball.
Courtesy runner Noah Page will enter for Duquette. Chris Santorino, the next hitter.
Well, if there's a desire to shorten this game, remember this is the core of the Manchester batting order right here.
And Santorino, who already has 2 singles and an RBI today, with an opportunity to add on. 8-1. Runner from first breaks. Pump fake by the catcher Aguirre towards second. He'll just hang on to the ball to keep Locke at third, suspecting a double steal might have been in order. So stolen base for Page. And now 2 in scoring position. Bottom of the 4th, 8-1 Manchester, New Hampshire. Chris Santorino goes around for a strike, now 0-2.
Man, how about this? Nicaragua playing its infield back. It's going to concede a run to get an out and make it an 8-run deficit.
0-2.
I mean, I know there's runners at second and third, but you're at a point of the game where you can't give up any more runs.
That last pitch low and away for a ball. Some raindrops falling, nothing significant at the moment. 1-2, swing and a miss. So pitch upstairs that Santorino chases after for out number 1. Second strikeout for Guadamuz.
Yeah, it's a pitch out of the zone, and even if it had been closer to the zone, it would a pitch that Santorino just could not hit. I remember Milt May, hitting coach for the Pirates, saying, don't look for something that you can't hit.
Patrick Roy reached twice, a walk at a single. Also a run scored, and this time he skies one to deep left center field, and underneath it to make the catch, Emil Torres. Tagging from third is Levi Locke. He'll score. Sacrifice fly makes it 9-1 for Manchester, New Hampshire.
And Page wisely staying put at second base, even though the ball went almost to the edge of the track.
First RBI of the tournament for Roy on that sac fly. Seth Lekier with a runner at second. That being Noah Page, as Lanny indicated, stayed where he was off the sac fly. Fly ball to right by Lekier, and it's corralled by Herrera for the inning's final out. 1 run on 2 hits, and 1 left aboard for Manchester, New Hampshire. But the folks from the Granite State extend the lead. Your score after 4, it's Manchester, New Hampshire 9, Managua, Nicaragua 1.
people who come to Cricket stay with Cricket. Like one of our favorite customers, Michelle.
I started my own app company, and with Cricket, I'm able to answer calls from my engineers and investors and know my signal's going to be great. If I had to describe Cricket in 2 words, they would be reliable and affordable.
5G Boss Mode activate. Smile, you're on Cricket.
That is a spectacular play. Cannonball Cullen. Raise the Jolly Roger.
Manchester, New Hampshire, 9-1 over Managua, Nicaragua, as we've had a fantastic 2023. Dick's Sporting Goods Pony League World Series. Some great images of this year's tournament. Manchester and Nicaragua dueling on Saturday. They meet here again today. And Manchester won the earlier meeting 4-1. Right now on top 9-1 as we start the top of the 5th. Curveball strike 1 from Levi Locke to Osmani Chavez, who doubled to lead off the 3rd inning but was left stranded. 0-1, up and in. Just a phenomenal crew here at Lou Hayes Pony Field, the Dick's Sporting Goods Pony League World Series, really up and down the lineup from the video crew, WVRC Media, 1-1 pitch, foul ball. To the folks in charge here, the committee, those here in the press box, of course our radio producers, the grounds crew, I mean, you name it. An absolutely top-notch event, sponsored by Dick's Sporting Goods, offering up and in, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Chavez. And Levi Locke, who is at 80 pitches now. It's a ground ball, but that's going to shoot through the right side of the infield. Up and throwing is the right fielder Labor that throw off the mark, but no further advancement for Chavez as he produces a leadoff single. That ball hit sharply through the right side. Labor thought he had a chance to get the runner, with the batter runner sliding in, the throw bounding away, but again, he just settles for first. And here is Steve Hazelbaker on his way out to the mound, assistant coach.
Hey, you're fine. You're just a little out of rhythm, right? The only thing that's concerning is, like, after your curveball, it's definitely a high fastball ball, right? Every time. So let's try to correct that, and that's going to keep you pitching, right? Okay. You're at 81. How's the arm? Good. Good? All right. Can you go? Hey, we need some infield ground balls and outs, right? Let's get them, okay?
Can I throw curveballs to the skin?
Yeah, you can. Right? But he's got to stay on top and be ready for the after.
All right, talking about, that's Steve Hazelbaker talking with Levi Locke in his infield, as well as catcher Nate Duquette. But talking about the curveball, every time he throws the curveball, after the breaking ball, the next fastball he throws is elevated. So we got to get that down. And talking to the infield, let's get some ground balls and ground ball outs. Curveball to Danny Silva is low, ball 1.
What did Chavez do?
Singled.
Thank you.
Danny Silva, he singled in the 1st inning. Flew out to right his last time. Here's a ground ball to second. LeClaire plays it. Pirouette, throw to second out there. On to first, double play. Manchester, New Hampshire with a pretty double play right there. Initiated on the Locke ground ball. LeClaire with the pirouette at second. And Hazelbaker then on to Labby.
Chester, number 3,
Well, Coach Hazelbaker said, let's get a ground ball, and, well, there it is. Locke serves one up. and the infield takes care of the rest. So now 2 outs, bases are empty for Gerald Aguirre. Manchester, New Hampshire with the 9-1 lead, offering a strike to Aguirre. He's 0 for 2. 4-6-3 on that double play moments ago off the bat of Danny Silva. 0-1 to the plate and pulling this one on the ground to third. Silva, or check that, Aguirre will be retired 5-3 as Roy handling that and fires across the diamond to end the inning. So leadoff single, double play, nobody left on, no runs in for Nicaragua. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Manchester, New Hampshire 9, Managua, Nicaragua 1.
There's a place far from the city, yet just down the road, where likes and shares mean more. It's in every bite, each performance, and every night, where the miles we ride together become the memories we share forever. We dream because they fought for it. We give because they worked for it. The American spirit lives here. I can feel it.
Serve the fuel that keeps your community running.
My store is very close. It's like one big family.
Enjoy your Dunkin' favors while you work and find a fun, flexible, and fulfilling career. Text WORK for HRG to 25000 to apply.
Pony League World Series 2023 at Lou Hayes Pony Field. We're in game 10 right now, the World Series. Manchester on top of Managua, Nicaragua, 9-1. The Pony League World Series continues throughout today. 2 more games today and begins again tomorrow with 4 more games. Action starts at 10 a.m. at Lou Hayes Pony Field, and tickets are available at the gate for just $8 for adults and $5 for youth 14 and under. For more information, go to plws.org.
Alarcon in left field, right?
So Alarcon in left.
Torres at short. So he won't be able to play as deep.
And Ortiz in center.
These changes for Managua.
Joshua Ortiz, who goes from left to center.
Hey, Logan, did you remember that, or did the truck tell you about that? You know what Logan Arblaster, our stage manager, just reminded me?
What's that?
Remember yesterday, Hazelbaker saying, God bless the next team?
Oh, that's right.
Huh?
Yes, that is right. During a meeting yesterday in Manchester was on the other end of a large score yesterday. Monterrey, Mexico winning 16-1, and Coach Hazelbaker keeping the positive attitude, and well pointed out. Thank you, Logan. Good memory. And, well, Nicaragua right now is paying the price, as here is a fly ball hit to deep left by Jace Labor. It's gone. Solo homer for Labor, and the lead extends to 10-1 for Manchester, New Hampshire. No doubter off the bat. Labor pulling it to deep left and over the fence is Alarcon, who just entered the game helpless as he looks up at it, sailing over the fence. And Labor celebrating that home run.
And driving Guadamus from the game.
So Guadamus out, and Manuel Alvarez will enter.
Turn the home run ball to the press box, and all of you fans take your ticket to Cricket Store at Washington next to Shop and Save. At the Canonsburg Cricket location, you'll receive a 50% accessory discount.
Well, Steve Hazelbaker has to be plenty happy with what has transpired today and the response. And, Mike Lacaille, the manager as well, He said, you know, one of the biggest attributes of this team is the attitude and effort and the chemistry that they have. And you can see that pretty clearly, especially in the bounce-back effort today. They've kept it positive from the get-go, had that huge 7th inning, which will certainly help settle the nerves. And they have carried that first inning, catapulting them into what has been a big game overall. And Jace Labor, the 8-hitter, crushing that last offering from Guadamuz, which is literally his last because now it's Alvarez in. And remember, as we're in the bottom of the 5th, another run for Manchester, and it's game over, 10-run rule. We saw that invoked by Covina, California earlier today in a 15-5 win against Palmview, Texas in 5. Can Manchester duplicate that? Chase Crowell, 2-run single for him in the first. He's 1 for 2 overall, and he accepts strike 1. Next game scheduled for today at 4:20 between Itagawa, Japan, and Youngstown, Ohio. Oh-2 count on Crowell. Swing and a miss, but it gets away at home plate. Aguirre will have to recover, and the throw offline at first. Ramos had to play it in foul territory. He came back to try and tag Crowell, but he never made a turn towards second. So, and our base umpire, Joe Palazzo, indicating that as well. So it will be a strikeout wild pitch as Crowell aboard.
You know, in the big leagues, if you were down 9 runs and you ran, you'd be accused of being unsportsmanlike. But here is a case where you might be tempted to run Crowell to get him into scoring position.
Owen Hazelbaker looks at a strike. Hazelbaker 1 for 3, an RBI single in the 3rd. We spoke about this yesterday, and I think you and I are on the same page in this. If you can put a team away, you do it. And there goes the runner, and it's a stolen base. Chase
Without
Crowell.
a throw.
Yeah.
Now I bunt here. I put the winning run at 3rd, force the opposition to play the infield in and the outfield in.
And Labby on the 1-1 drives it into center field for a base hit. Runner at 3rd's going to be waved. Here comes the throw home, and out at home is Chase Crowell as Nicaragua, for the time being, extends the ball game. Ortiz in center field comes up throwing a dart to the infield, and the out tag applied by Aguirre as we get another look at it.
And the good thing was that Ortiz was not playing as deep as Torres had been playing.
Beautiful throw from Ortiz, and that's the difference, Lanny. He's playing more shallow. Fly ball off the bat of Labby to right. That is caught by Herrera, and that's the hitting second out.
So I know what you were saying, folks. Okay, Lenny, he didn't bunt. He singled to center, game's over. No, he didn't bunt. Single to center, throw out at the plate. Again, if you bunt there, you move the runner to 3rd. Infield's got to come in. The outfield's got to come in. But, well, it still may be a 5-inning game, but not as strong a possibility now as it was just a few moments ago.
And now with 2 outs, the scenario much different. And with Hazelbaker at 1st, he has good wheels. We'll see if Manchester gets him running with 2 outs. Levi Locke has scored a couple of runs today, 1 for 2, a single and a hit by pitch. That one in the dirt, kept nearby by Aguirre.
By the way, I don't blame Coach Hazelbaker for waving the runner at 3rd there. You got a chance to win it. You got to force the opposition to come up with a top shelf play, and Ortiz did. There's nothing wrong with sending the runner right there with the game a chance to win it.
There goes the runner. Pitches a strike throw into second on the left side of the base as Cano, the shortstop, trying to apply that tag, but not in time. So Hazelbaker in scoring position. Count is 1-2 on Levi Locke.
And a lot to be benefited by Locke here. He gets a base hit, drives in the game-winning run. He gets credit for a complete game. Puts the exclamation point on his WP as winning pitcher.
He's at 85 pitches right now. Locke at the plate. 1-2, line drive, center field. That is a base hit. Runner will be waved. Here comes Hazelbaker. Throw this time is not in time. And that is a winner for Manchester, New Hampshire. A 10-run rule victory, 11-1, and it ends on the RBI single by Levi Locke, who's not only the winning pitcher, a complete game, and he drives in the game-finishing run as Manchester does it in 5. So they were victims of the run rule yesterday in 6 against Monterey. This time, they're on the other end of it with a blowout win against Managua, Nicaragua, whose trip of the Pony League World Series is through. So that'll do it for our early session of games. 2 in the books, 2 teams eliminated. Manchester moves on, and we'll have more for you throughout the day here at Lou Hayes Pony Field.
Feels good to be off the sidelines, doesn't it? Oh yeah, it does. That extra effort with AHN Sports Medicine got you back here. With every specialty set, custom training day, and personalized drill, you bettered your body. Now line it up. They don't see this move coming. Told you. Go next level with AHN Sports Medicine.
Serve the fuel that keeps your community running.
My store is very close. It's like one big family.
Enjoy your Dunkin' favors while you work and find a fun, flexible, and fulfilling career. Text WORK for HRG to 25000 to apply.